So this is where we left it. There's the timing chain and a reference to how the gasket is. Then with the timing chain off, this is what it looked like. This is notice the two little divots marking how these gears come together. There's the timing chain off, and this is just a reminder of how this cap goes on, down on that lower thing. And that this is the balance shaft. And I need to hammer the balance shaft out, and I bang on it with a hammer to loosen it up, and then we can go ahead and pull that balance shaft on out of there.
One of the main characters who's like so much in debt that he becomes, he gets basically called the lowest of the low, like the worst gambler. They call him the house peddler. So basically they have to do what every other senior does not.
So then I need a Torx bit to get those two out of there and pull this little plate off.
So I had to rotate the shaft to get it out over the various whatever was hanging it up.
You'll love Ruby.
So I rotated
They
it.
just finished season 5.
This was the end that went in. There's the pin.
Yeah.
This season is.
Are they making another season?
Yeah, but not until the fall.
But you're gonna watch the first season and be like, this isn't that badass. But as
I used to smoke cigars too.
Okay.
I was trying to quit smoking.
Starting at the flywheel.
I'm smoking cigars.
This thing has a 2 on it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And this says 6.
That's how my grandmother said. All right, when I
And this
smoke
has a
now,
6 right there.
you light it, I
So when I rotate it, this one comes up. It's got this arrow here. I don't know what that arrow is for. But nonetheless, there's an arrow there. This has 2 yellow dots. And it looks like there's a 7 right there, whatever that means. And then from this side, on this cylinder, it's 5 and 5.
I used to love
5 and 5 it says there. And
say anything. I didn't really feel withdrawals, but it
One
was definitely like
and
I was
one.
on nerve. I was always on
This
edge. I was about ready to
yellow
rip
color.
people's heads off.
Yeah, that's kind of the withdrawal.
Especially with my job,
So-
when I was moving equipment. I mean, I was moving bulldozers and excavators, really, really big stuff. So,
Like by hand or like with tools and shit?
no, I was loading them on the trailers.
Oh, you were just loading?
I was moving like big bulldozers, like oh.
So what I do is I just take these 2 bolts off, and it's not that hard. They come off pretty easy. And then this cap gets loose. I pull the cap and I keep my hand under the cylinder to make sure I don't drop it at the bottom. The X is up top. This is on the bottom. Okay, when this is on the bottom, this X is up top.
You can't see the X in the video, but there's a little stamped X on there. I was just trying to get some sort of reference for how we attach the flywheel in case it's important. I don't know if it is,
X is straight up.
but I've got it referenced.
And this thing is straight down. Okay, that'll have to do. Okay, it's February 6th. So far we've got the engine all taken apart. These are the pistons taken out. This is the balance shaft. This is the timing chain. This is the camshaft. And the crankshaft is still in it. And I'm coming around this side. I've almost got the flywheel off. I've got 2 more bolts in here. We were originally missing 2. But if you look down in, you can see the movement of all the various things on the crankshaft. All the pistons out, and I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this, and this off, and then this whole thing comes out. And then I get to break out the measurement tools and start measuring. So that's the deal. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to pull off all those bolts. Pull this thing off. All the bolts are present. Crankshaft. So this is just spinning in what it's sitting in. This and this are also just sitting what they're spinning in. But this has a cap over it. So I guess that's going to lift out. Yeah. And that goes. I'm just going to pull the whole rod out. But first, I'm probably just going to leave that in there. Right. Okay, all I've got left is the block, a few sensors. These things don't lift out, so I'm gonna leave them alone. Okay, we've got the crankshaft. I've taped on the thing because it had a bearing on it. The spacer and the nut. This key here is not coming out. Then we have the gasket with the plate, the bolts. I've got these all bagged, these caps for the crankshaft. Pistons, flywheel with the bolts, balance shaft, bracket, timing belt, timing chain, gasket, cap, camshaft, and I'm just going to start bagging this all up. I've got it in 1, 2, 3 drawers, pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to clean up and label up, and we're supposed to do measurements, but as you can see, I'm the last one here. So this is what our engine started out like before, but it's going to look like when we're done. And this is what our engine looks like now. This is our engine. Before, after. Then this is going to become before, and that's going to be after. So there you go.